Hey guys, this is Benji Lewis. I'm here with Hardscape CEO and just kind of want to do kind of a explainer video about what is Hardscape CEO and what's this all about, and maybe who this might be for or who would benefit from it. So I think the number one thing that I want anybody watching this to know, or anybody that hears about it or whatever it is as a Hardscape CEO, I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm not saying I need to be your CEO or anything like that. It's mostly just a catchy name and an Instagram handle that exists. But the main thing that I want to get through here is that these videos are all about the numbers of your business, right? The Hardscape numbers. So we want to focus on your job costing, right? And we want to focus on profits and your numbers and, hey, how many guys are you hiring? What kind of equipment do you have? Do you have old trucks that are taking up too much in maintenance? Do you have brand new trucks that are too expensive and too big for what you need? We want to cover all that. What I'm not going to go over here is installation techniques. So you're never going to see a video on here of me saying, hey, today we're going to go over on how to build a retaining wall that's 6 feet tall. And we're going to get into footings and how to do that. There's a ton of other guys that are out there on the internet that can help you do that, right? You guys probably already all watch them, from All on Landscape and Dirt Monkey and, all those kind of guys. Those guys are great on install. So the thing that I want to focus on is, okay, that's great. If you need that help, you should go watch them. If you feel pretty solid on your install, but you're not making as much money as you think you should, then this would be for you, right? Because what this whole thing about is, hey, how does it seem like other people are making money in this industry and that I'm not? That other people are going, hey, I put in $2 million and I made $200,000, or I put in $5 million and I made almost $500,000 last year. And I know a lot of you guys are out there going, man, I made $55,000, or I made $45,000 or $40,000, whatever that number is, but it's not enough. You want to go to the next level. So these videos are for you, right? Because we're going to go over software that you need to be using, right? That you're probably not. You might be answering your phone too much and you don't have to. You might need help with advertising, right? And marketing of your business. And there are better ways to do that today than there were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, right? We're also going to kind of go over the benchmarks that you need to be hitting, right? If you come to me, you put a comment on this video and you say, oh man, I just can't make any money, but it seems like my overhead's high, I'm about 40%. Okay, so that'll throw up a red flag and go, okay, so let's go over what you have in overhead and let's see, because that is typically higher than it should be for a company your size in a hardscape industry. We're going to mostly go over profit, right? That's what this whole thing is about. We're not doing this for charity. We don't need any more practice, right? One of the guys online says that, I can't remember who, and I love that. He's like, man, I don't need any more practice. I'm in this to make money now. So I know how to do it. Now, if you still don't know yet how to do installs and you're kind of saying, man, I'd like to dive into this, these are for you. Like, this is how to price stuff. We're going to go over pricing and make sure you're getting everything that you should out of it. But we're going to mostly, because we want to focus on the profit, right? We want to focus on, hey, what are we pricing things out gross profit, right? Before we take anything into account besides some materials and labor to put it in. Right? But then we also want to look at that net number, net profit, and see, hey, what are we actually putting into the bank that is ours? And then we need some processes in place to really understand what those are, right? There are some software companies out there that are out there saying like, oh, we can do job costing. It's real. Like, no, it's not. Everybody is estimating it. Now, doing it isn't that hard. It just takes a little time and you need a process, right? There are software systems out there, software programs out there that can help you do this and make it very manageable. And then you'll actually know what your profit is on a job, right? It's not, I hate when I watch some of those companies and they have a video where they put something out like, hey, just have your project manager put in, how many yards of concrete he thought he would need for this. And like, how much he thought he would need for it, that's, I mean, well, we could all just estimate what we make on a job. What I want to see is the receipt from the concrete company that I get, because it took us forever to put it in, and they charged us a time fee of $75. It was in the winter, so they charged us a hot water fee, and we only needed 3 yards, and so we had a short load fee. Well, if I just told my guy, hey, put in, how much concrete you're going to need, like, oh, I'm going to need 3 yards at $120 a yard, and okay, there we go, $360. And you're like, actually, the bill was $574. That's different, right? Don't just estimate how much gravel. Let's get the receipt for it, right? So let's be smart and do it. But it doesn't have to be so cumbersome and so hard. And so that's what all these videos are, and that's what the Hardscape CEO is about. Is let's get it to where you have a real understanding of your numbers, and maybe not even your numbers now or your numbers in the past, but going forward. That we want to say, hey, here's how you do this, right? Because you might be, as a one-off guy that's out there, either you've been mowing for a long time, or you're doing some landscape, or maybe you're even tiptoeing into some hardscapes, or maybe you're doing hardscapes for a long time, and you just aren't making as much money as you feel like you could be. For one, you're probably right. For two, there are probably systems out there that are, it's hard, right? It's hard to find all those. But I'm just going to go over with you what systems are out there, what softwares we can use that integrate with systems that we already use, and everything kind of fits together really nice, and it's easy. So that's the goal here, right? Let's stop putting in hardscape projects for practice. Let's start putting in hardscape projects for profit. In a nutshell, that's what it's about, and that's what the videos are going to focus on throughout all these videos, or this class, or whatever you want to call this whole thing. But I'm just kind of going to take out little chunks and do 5 to 10, maybe 15-minute video on, hey, this is how I do this. This is how I do this. This is how much I make here. This is how much. Here's a good way to do it, right? And if I'm going to post these on YouTube and all that stuff. And if you have something that you think works better, man, throw it out here. Let me look at it, because I will dive into it. This is the kind of stuff that I love, right? I'm not a guy that grew up cutting grass. That's not my background is in marketing and financial kind of background, right? So I like the numbers, and I like software, and I like marketing automation, really cool, fun stuff. No, it's awfully boring and miserable, but I actually like it. I think it's fun to try to figure that stuff out, and how to do things the easy way and not the hard way. So, but yeah, so watch for more things to come. Follow me on social media. We're on Instagram, and mostly Instagram, YouTube is where this is going to stay. So, but we'll be talking to you soon in the future. So watch for more of my videos. Thanks, guys.